and now from Bachelor of Computer Applications to BSc IT, a course which has actually come up with a big popularity. In fact, if you ask me to evaluate both this engineering IT and BSc IT, I would prefer a BSc IT candidate rather than an engineering IT candidate. Reason is very simple. A BSc IT candidate curriculum which has been framed, they go through lots and lots of practical exposure. You know, that is the best thing. And of course, now the Bombay University has revised its syllabus about 2 years before, and now they have incorporated a lot of other things into the IT syllabus. Okay. And the best part is, here we have a stalwart in our team who will be actually coming and addressing you, Mr. Venceslas de Silva. I repeat, Venceslas de Silva. Am I right, Venceslas? Yes. Yeah, just 2 minutes, my Venceslas. Venci. He is the CTO, the Chief Technical Officer of Easy Tech Innovations Private Limited. Can you imagine, at his young age, this person is already reached the CXO level. अब उसके आगे किधर जाएगा पता नहीं हमें. Huh? That really, yes, he really deserves a big round of applause. 12 plus years of experience of coding, project management, team management, and architecture. As I told you in my initial speech, that it is a world of collaboration. And this is a classical example of collaboration. You know, he reminds me of my old one, all-rounder of my team, whom I'm missing, Mr. Pankaj. Unfortunately, he's traveling today, so he's not there. And I am happy that you have given me another all-rounder of my team, Mr. Venceslas de Silva. So, over to you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Vineet. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Venceslas de Silva, but you can pronounce it as Venci. You can always approach me, I'm available. I'll be putting my contact details on the slide as well. So I'm going to talk about computer engineering. Now, even though I'm from a BSc IT background, as Mr. Vineet pointed out, I am a computer engineer, even without a degree. Now, the reason that happens is because all of them come together under one fold, as Mr. Vineet already explained. So most of my presentation has been already taken care by Mr. Vineet, but I'll just still run you through it. So what is computer engineering? So computer engineering is basically a field of electrical engineering and computer sciences coming together. So like to understand the future of computer engineering, which you all are here for, to understand whether it's a good career path, we need to understand and roll back a little bit and go to the past. So the past, most of your parents, and including me and some of the older colleagues here, would remember that there was something called dial-up modem, which used to connect through phone lines and give us internet access back in the 1997. So I'm just going to give you a small glimpse of how it sounded that time. Can you request access? You're going to see live demonstration of computer engineering right now. All right, so this is back in my day when I was maybe your age, trying to connect to the internet, trying to learn what it was. I had to wait for 3 to 4 minutes to connect. If someone called, your internet is down. So that was the kind of problems that we had to go through. But computer engineers during that time created so many beautiful things that now I can use this. I just gave access right now to the file that was not having permissions. So that's how easy the computer engineering has become. And this was the website that I would see during that time. Okay, this is just like a Word document. People have just put some images, and there's only one coding language called HTML, which still exists, but it is tied up with a lot of other technologies now. So if you see the next slide, this is the current Apple website. That was from the year 1997. This is from the current year. This is today, actually, which I've taken the screenshot from. this is with JavaScript, with CSS, with a lot of design elements, and this loads within 3 seconds. This website loads on 3 seconds because from a 56 kbps connection, we've moved to something called 1 gbps connection, thanks to Geo. It will happen very soon for everyone, which is quite a big jump. Now, apart from that, why am I telling you all these things? Because, I'm sorry. Okay, I grew up without the age of, I didn't grow up in the age where PUBG is famous, where TikTok is also famous. Okay, most of these things came out when I was an adult. Okay, so it took some crazy and out of the box thinkers to come up with a solution uh, which you are using right now. I know what you must be thinking. We already know all of this, and sorry, too many things in my hand. That's why it was so distracting and I couldn't follow through. All right. So, as I was saying, why am I telling you all these things? Why am I telling you all these things? Because I need to give you an idea of what you're trying to get into and what you're going to create in the future. In computer engineering, there are a lot of ways to solve the same problem. Like for example, we have Google Assistant, we have Siri, we have Alexa. All of them solve the same problem. They are all virtual assistants, but not all of them are wrong. They do certain things well, they don't do certain things really well. So here's one guy who I found online who's doing something similar but in a completely different manner. All right, there's supposed to be a video here. I think due to something it's not working. Can you go back? So I mean, this was a really interesting video. I would like to share. I would share the slides with everyone. So the video basically showed about this one guy using a very old video game called Zelda and the music from it to automate his entire home. So instead of saying "Okay Google" and making things work, he would use the sounds from the game to unlock his door, to water his plants, to tell him the time, to control the AC, to start the humidifier. He did all of those things, and that happened because he was an engineer. He used a combination of different things, which is a Raspberry Pi module, a Wi-Fi module, the simple motor. So he did all of these things, and that's how he could basically automate his home by himself. And he's put this project up for free so that you could learn from it, you could develop it, or even enhance it and make it like a proper product. Now, the glimpse about the future is basically another video. I don't know whether it would work or not. So this is basically from Netflix. If most of you all have Netflix connections, you all should just check out this one episode called Black Mirror Bandersnatch, which is an interactive television episode. What I mean with interactive is basically you choose how the character is gonna continue the story. So there is like a question in the video wherein the father asks the character which kind of cornflakes would you like to have, and you get to choose whether you want to have Frosties or you want to have Kellogg's Choco or whatever. So you have such kind of innovative engineering that is happening, which is changing how we watch television shows, which is changing how we are interacting with something, and everyone gets a different ending. So it's just one show which is giving multiple endings to different people. All right. So now the future. When we talk about the future, I'm talking about the jobs that are going to be available in the next 5 to 10 years. Artificial intelligence is something that we all talking about, which comes hand in hand with machine learning. So basically machine learning is used to teach a computer to think. So basically when I say facial recognition is a form of artificial intelligence where you're telling the computer or you're teaching the computer that this person is Wenceslaus de Silva. It recognizes my facial features. It understands the little grains in my skin, which differentiates me with Mr. Vineet or with anyone else. That's what artificial intelligence is. But this is still at a very kindergarten stage. Artificial intelligence is growing. It will keep growing further and further. Cyber security engineers or analysts, that is another job aspect that is growing. With the amount of data that has been going around back and forth, the bank details, the personal details, and your credit card informations, you need cyber security engineers to control and hold this off together so that our data is not leaked and we can all use this wisely. Business intelligence is for the companies who want to grow or scale their business. And how do they do that? To understand that they have a lot of data, they need to interpret this. And the computer engineers could help with that. IoT designers, as Dr. Vineet mentioned earlier, IoT is already present around us. Some of you all might be having smart watches like MI Watch or something like that, which already is an IoT device. Along with that, your washing machines, your mixer grinder, everything is gonna be an IoT, wherein you control it through your phone, through your voice, everything else. The rest of them are pretty straightforward as the devices are growing, as the number of connections are growing. Network engineers and architects are very important because they are gonna cross, the number of devices are gonna cross the human population itself in the next few years. So you need to connect them together. So you need network engineers for that. Web developers are something which is commonly known. Mobile application developers are already known. Thank you. If you have any questions, please meet me after this. Thank you.